Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. I'm Nick. Today I'm talking about this great series of releases from Music on Vinyl, celebrating the music of Silverchair. There's a bunch of links down below. Make sure you check them out. There's links for the Vinyl Den Facebook group, for the merch page, for the Spotify and Apple Music weekly playlist we put together, and also the Patreon page. Make sure you go check all that out. Of course, if you enjoy the episode, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I release new episodes. So if you're unfamiliar with who Music on Vinyl is, they're actually one of my favorite reissue labels. A bunch of great stuff that they've done over the years. But they're a record label out of the Netherlands, and they take a lot of pride in the work that they do, and I think it really comes through in the albums that they release. And they also do a lot of really kind of under-the-radar releases from the 90s, which I absolutely love. But last year they started this series of releases for Silverchair, and they're going through album by album. And what they're doing, I just have just the album releases. They've also released 12-inch singles. I think there's 4 12-inch singles for each one of the albums that comes out. I haven't bought the 12-inch singles because they're all run pretty expensive. Music on Vinyl releases tend to be kind of pricey. They're right around that $40 price range. And that's a kind of a lot, I think, for a 12-inch single. But even though there is some great music on those, I'm okay with at least for the Silverchair releases. The 12-inch singles are all available on streaming. I'm able to stream them, but I love what they've done with the albums. So starting last year, Music on Vinyl released these Silverchair releases exclusively through Sound Factory. At least I'm pretty sure they were exclusively sold through there. And I was on their Sound Factory's website, I think it was probably about 2 months ago, and saw they were selling all 5 of these albums in a package deal for, I think it ended up being about $115 US, which I didn't think was a bad price considering individually they all go for about $40 when they're released. And with Music on Vinyl, they tend to be limited releases. At least the first series of them always comes out on colored vinyl. And some releases they do on black vinyl, a bigger run after they do the limited run. But all the Music on Vinyl limited releases are all numbered. Like I said, they all look great. I'm going to go through the albums one by one. But I will say that, so Frog Stomp is the first album from Silverchair. I actually have a 2018 SRC vinyl version of this, which is actually just over my shoulder here, which sounds good, but SRC vinyl is not really known for really great sound quality like Music on Vinyl is. So I was wanting to grab this one. This is limited to 10,000 copies, so really isn't that limited, but that's probably why I still got it, even though this came out last year. And this is on clear vinyl, and I think the D side, because there's only 3 sides of music. I think the D side has like the colored frogs on there. And Music on Vinyl releases always come with they come in a resealable sleeve here, which I'll open up so you can get a better look at the front cover there. Just the standard jacket. It says Music on Vinyl on the back. And then this is number 4,436, if my camera wants to focus in on it. That's the inside of the jacket. And then the inner sleeve has the colored frogs on there. And just beautiful crystal clear vinyl. That's the inner sleeve for the second disc. Got the frogs on there. And then, as you can see, the D side has the colored frogs on there, which I think is kind of cool. And then for Record Store Day Black Friday last year, Music on Vinyl released Silverchair live at the Cabaret Metro. This was recorded back in 1996. It's a great live album. I actually picked this up outside of the package that I bought, that I just got from Music on Vinyl. I tracked down a copy of this when it came out for Record Store Day last year, so actually I have 2 copies of this one. But this was copy number 1012. And this was limited to, I'm trying to see, you can see the number there on the bottom there. This one was limited to 3,000 copies, and this is on clear and white marbled vinyl. And the one thing I can say about this release is, even though it's not in a nice inner sleeve, this is actually in a polyline sleeve at least. So it's one of the things I always complain about higher end albums, whether it's a box set or whatever, when they come in those terrible paper sleeves. At least Music on Vinyl put this one in a polyline sleeve. And then this doesn't have a whole lot of marbling to it. It looks like it's a solid white, but if you hold it up to the light, there's like dark streaks of darker coloring through it also. And then the third of the 5 releases that I've got here is actually their second studio album. This is Freak Show. I actually had the 2019 music on vinyl pressing this, which sounds great. It's on the 2019 pressing is on orange vinyl. This one is on yellow and blue marbled vinyl, limited to 5,000 copies. This is number 4,235. It's really kind of hard to see because the orange on the back of the jacket there, but I don't have an issue with the 2019 pressing. I'm sure this sounds exactly the same, but it was part of this package deal. That's why I ended up getting it. So with this one, you get there's a booklet that comes with this, or it's actually a poster. So I'm hold this out here. That's the insert. If I turn it the right way, that's the insert, and then on the back side of it, it just has lyrics for all the songs. And then here's the inner sleeve with the track listing on the back of it there. And I thought this said green and yellow, did it not? Is that what I said? Yeah, yellow. Oh, yellow and blue marble vinyl. I guess there's very, very little blue in that, but it looks almost like a solid green. And then Silverchair's third studio album is Neon Ballroom. This is kind of a different kind of album than the first couple of releases. Their first 2 albums were very much in line with early 90s grunge. They evolved their sound a little bit more with Neon Ballroom. They started experimenting with some different stuff, and I think overall it's a really great album. Is it as good as their first 2 albums? Probably not, in my opinion, but it still is a really good album. So this one is limited to 3,000 copies. This is on translucent yellow vinyl. I actually have I'm not sure if it's who pressed it, but I've got a 2010 pressing of this album on blue translucent vinyl, and I'd like to see how they kind of compare. So 3,000 copies of Neon Ballroom pressed. I've got copy number 1,213. It's kind of hard to see because of the coloring on the back of the jacket there. And then this one is a gatefold, which I think just Freak Show is the only other gatefold in the collection here. But just the standard gatefold jacket. And this is also in a polyline sleeve, which I can say is always a big bonus for me. That's just a beautiful translucent yellow. And then Silverchair's 4th album is Diorama. This is the reason I decided to get this package, because I didn't have this one on vinyl. I've been looking for it for a while. I was waiting on music on vinyl to finally get to this album. It's just this one and their 5th and final album, Young Modern, are the other ones I don't have on vinyl. So this one is limited to 3,000 copies. It's on purple vinyl. I got a really low number on this one. I got number 90, which is I think probably the lowest number I've gotten from any numbered record. But I don't know what you call this kind of finish on here. I don't know if it's like a prismatic effect. Is that even a word? But as you can see in the cover looks pretty cool. There's the back cover. Like I said, you get now I got the shrink wrap off there. You can see the 90s nice and clear there. And then this one, of course, also in a polyline sleeve. This one, I'm okay with it being solid. I kind of wish it would have been a translucent purple. I think it probably would have looked a little bit better. Well, that's all I got for you today, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about these releases, about music on vinyl releases in general. Because like I said, I think they do a great job. It's something I look forward to every month, kind of seeing what they've got coming out, because I always know it's going to be a great release. But let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. And that's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.